Situated in the middle of the Ardennes Forest, we have the wonderful Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. And here for round 9 of the LCR World Championship, I am ERL 2023, alongside today by the phenomenal Well team. We've just had a gripping and epic qualifying session here today, and here were the results. LCR Leopard claims another pole position this season. Since coming back, he's been absolutely rapid so far, with Melanie, the Flying Finn, alongside him. Great qualifying there from him, his best since Monaco. Biro Perondi in P3, the Championship leader looking to extend his advantage here today. Amazing in P4, have to be Almont in P5. Sims in P6, second of the Championship, looking to go forward here today. Pietro Lomato in P7 with FXBR Dean alongside him on row 4. Row 5, Aiden 66 and Boris Letterbox. They'll both be looking forward to push forward, especially Boris, who seems to have a lot of pace here today. Matt 212 and Flying Finn make up row 6. Finn, of course, took part in a 10 hours race last night, and Matt 212 is just Matt 212. Jesus Venge and LCR Apex make up row 7. Both Ferraris looking to take scrap ends of points. Both seem to be very decent here today. And Jump App rounds out the grid for your situation here today. As I said, my name is ERL23. Today I'm joined by Welty. Welty, how did you find I'm lost my word. How did you find qualifying here today?
Well, it was very exciting, all coming to a head in the final few moments, really, with the Leopard absolutely flying out there, kind of breaking Melanie's heart once again out here today. But for me, it was very, very interesting indeed. A little bit surprised to see Sims slipping to 6th place. Maybe it was expected a little bit better from him, maybe even a top 3 in qualifying, but the race is going to be exciting because, as you mentioned in qualifying quite a lot, we've got a DRS train that's likely to form here at Spa. That's what tends to happen, and we're expecting it to happen here today. 22 laps, not much variation on the strategy, no rain forecast in the area, although it is Spa. Showers can pop up out of nowhere sometimes, but even by Spa standards, it looks like it's going to be a dry race. So the conditions are perfect for a DRS train, and to be honest, pretty much everybody in this field can stick with it, so it's going to be a very exciting race, and it's going to come down to the final lap probably.
Very, very likely so. So, drivers are thick and fast on the formation lap at the moment. So look at the tyres then. So what people are running, we have basically everybody bought Apex and Jump Up on the soft tyres, which to be honest probably is the better approach. Expect pit stops anywhere from lap 4 to lap 8 realistically around here. Wherever you do come in lap 4, I'll tell you this from personal experience, you get so close to the punchline, it's not even a joke. So, what is your prediction for the top 3 here today, Ewan?
The top 3, I'm going to go for Perondi first, Leopard second, and Mont in third, for no reasons other than I'm guessing, really. I don't actually know. Well, obviously I don't know, but I don't really have much of a clue either, so I'm just guessing purely, but I think Leopard is going to find some way to lose it.
You know what? Right, okay. I can't predict against Leopard. His last races I have, he's won. So, I'm going to predict Leopard to win, with Perondi in second, and Pietro Mato in third place. I'm going to say the young Italian can take advantage here of DRS trying to move himself forward. So the drivers now are rallying themselves on the grid. Last place driver Jump Up slowly slots into place. And now we await the 5 red lights. The beautiful Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. We have 3, we have 4, we have 5. And the 5 red lights are on. And the 5 red lights are out here at Spa, and a great start from Leopard. Melanie gets away quite well as well. Melanie is actually going alongside him. Gets forced down a bit wide. Leopard has the advantage. Sort of predicted pit strategy. And a good work there from Leopard, who leads. Melanie in second. Third, Biro Perondi. Fourth, Amazed. Amazed is sat right up behind the Brazilian. Boris Letterbox and Aiden going out in the background. But Leopard, Melanie, and Melanie's going to go under her rouge. And Melanie's going to go around the outside. And he's going through Melanie potentially here. Side by side down the straight. Going down now into Le Cobb. Side by side. Melanie goes late. And Melanie, is he through? Maybe not, possibly. Leopard is still there. And Leopard, is he ahead? Yes, he is. Are they still on the other side? Yes, they are. FXBR Dean's had some issue at the back with Aiden. But I think Leopard holds on. Melanie in second. Brody third. Amaze fourth. Mod fifth. Sim sixth. Boris seventh. Pietro 8th. 9th Matt. 10th John Pap. 11th Flying Finn. 12th Brad. 13th Apex, 14th Dean, and 15th Adam.
It's all in one long line, mainly because Leopard and Maloney were battling for so long. As Apex spins around in a big way at Pooh, and he hasn't hit anything though, so he'll be okay to continue. But what that battle has done between the top two, it's allowed everybody behind to keep on in this DRS train, although Leopard has already pulled 7-8 attempts on Melanie already, so that this means the Red Bull could pull away here, as Pietro now falling through the field ever so slightly, lost a few positions as Matt and John Pat battle through blood. Matt's in the wall in a big way, and he's lost a lot of front wing there.
Yeah, Matt goes off. I think he banged wheels with John Pat. The reason Leopard was pulling away so much of this now, actually, he officially broke the DRS, is because, simply put, Leopard just absolutely launched it one. Melanie ran out of ERS, which completely cost so much time there. Let's try to go side by side. We're amazed and Mont, it was showing as 9th and 10th, however I can confirm to you guys that he's not right. Side by side is Melanie and Perondi, and Perondi is ahead and Perondi is through. Perondi up into P5. And now can go change after Leopard.
Yeah, he's got 1 second and he needs to push really hard now to be able to get that DRS, and he might just be able to grab it. The top three though, kind of running away as Boris and Mont go side by side through No Name. Pietro unfortunately leaves the session now as these guys go through Pouhon. Boris has actually got that position now, and there's a Renault in the middle of a bit of a Williams sandwich at the moment. Sims watching on as they go into the campus chicane once again. But it's all nice and controlled in this field now. Nice battling happening up and down the field, and the DRS is about to be enabled in about half a lap, which is going to make things even more exciting.
Yeah, certainly so. Corre's leading Leopard. 8/10 back to Perondi. Perondi burning his DRS up immediately, trying to get inside the DRS of Leopard. Smartly done, because he is there. With him, Melanie just behind, Amazed, and then Boris. Just behind him, Mont and Sims. Leopard fast lap of the race.
Oh, Constantine is up through the bus stop, and everybody nearly losing the front wings almost. But they've all got away with it, of course. Now the DRS is enabled finally, and Perondi has got it off of Leopard as they go over the detection line. They're basically where the other start-finish line is, really, and that's where the detection line is for the DRS, and then you get to deploy it just as you go around this small bend in the road, just as you go into the Camel Straight, and Boris is making good use of it now on the outside of Amazed, and this could be for 4th place. He could get it right to the outside, out-braking manoeuvre, and he's got it. He's now in the middle of the two Mercedes in 4th.
Great word there from Boris. I said he had pace. I didn't realise he had this much. Boris is ahead, and Boris is now P4. Next up to him is Melanie, who seems to be really struggling with his rear tyres. Leopard has broke the DRS yet again to Perondi, which again could be, as previously stated, he's very important to break rounds here. So now Boris is ahead with the DRS train that holds a lot of people, but it doesn't hold Mont anymore because the Renault is off and in the wall. And I don't know how he's ended up there, frankly.
No, I think he might have been squeezed off the... Oh, it's got a safety car. Safety car out there on the circuit on lap 3.
Everybody's
now,
what do you do?
What do you do from here? You could go for the hard tyres. I don't know if the mediums will make it now. Because although that's not going to be 19 laps of green flag racing, there's going to be some safety car involved in that. But I think it's still going to be too long, surely. So those three, Pietro, Dean and Matt, are going to be pleased to see that, because it means they can change things up and get back onto the back of the pack. But certainly, Mont is not going to be pleased with how that turned out. I think he was going side by side with possibly Sims or jump up, and he ended up in the wall. But we have pit stops. The top 3 are all in, the top 4 are in, the top 5. It's everybody is in. Jump up stays out though, because he's on the mediums.
John stays out, and so does it was a Mercedes, I think. I swear Mercedes stayed out.
It's fine, Finn.
No, they are. Right. And here's the mediums. Everybody's going on the mediums. They all think they can make it. I think it is possible. I think they can make it on the mediums. But those tyres are going to be a bit dead. Hang on, John's been disqualified.
That is hard.
John Papp has
wow.
been disqualified for ignoring.
Oh dear. Well, that's a real shame to see. I think it's because he's overtaken everybody, but obviously they're all in the pit lane, so obviously he's supposed to overtake them, but the game has disqualified him from the session for it, I'm afraid, and that's a very unfortunate end to his race.
That's all I've got to say. The safety car in this game doesn't work. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The safety car doesn't work. So Finn leads Apex with Leopard just behind him, then Perondi, Melanie, Boris. Aiden just behind him, then Mazed on the softs. Drizzt, Sims, Pietro, who was not in the session, who's just been overtaken by Mont. Okay. Matt and Dean now charging up to the back of them.
Interesting for Maze to be on the softs here, though. That clearly means he's stopping again in this race. And he's probably going to have to bank on another safety car if he's not going to lose a load of time, because otherwise he's going to lose a load of time. And so is Flying Finn. So brave call from them, but good to see them doing something different at least. However, I don't think it's going to pay off for them on this occasion. I guess you can never write them off until the end of the race, but the early signs aren't good for those guys, I don't think.
No, not at all. I think Finn just wanted to lead a race, I'll be honest. I think it's one of those things. It's one of those things you just sat there just like, I just want to lead a race today. You at least lead one lap, even if it's a safety car. You know what, I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's kind of what we've ended up with here.
Yeah. It looks like we might go green this time if the safety car gets its light. Actually, maybe not. Because they're very close to getting onto the back of the train. And it's probably too late now. And it is too late now because they're just about to go past the pit lane. So, there you go. One more lap under safety car and we're going to have 17 laps to go when we go back to green in about 3 minutes. It's quite a long safety car procedure here, isn't it, because of all that. But Mace is in. I think he may have realised a mistake that has been made and he's in already for mediums now.
I don't think it was a mistake on his part. I think it was a mistake from this game's part.
He's still stuck there, and finally he goes.
I think he's sending an angry message. Yeah, he's got typing in the LCR chat. So.
Well, I'm not in that, so I don't actually know what's going on there. But yes.
If it has a lot of swearing, and I won't read it per word, but I might have to.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He may not be pleased with the game, although I don't see how that would have happened, to be honest. I've not heard anybody reporting the game switching the tyres that you select, to be honest. I've heard of a lot of glitches, but not that one.
I mean, I've seen it. It used to be a problem on the last game, but I didn't know it was a thing on this game as well. So, congratulations, Bugmasters. So, order safety car. Your current order lap 5. Flying Finn leads. LCR Apex in second. LCR Leopard in third. Fourth, BR Perondi. Fifth, Melanie. Sixth, Boris Letterbox. Seventh, Aiden. Eighth, Joseph Revenge. Ninth, Sims. 10th, FXBR Mont. 12th, Matt 212. 13th is 12th is now Amazed. It was just before in front of Dean, who's just now in front of Pietro Mato, who's not in the session at the moment. So I think Pietro either his internet turned off or he just couldn't be bothered. I think it's more by looks of the chat, it's can't be bothered.
Yeah, I would say so from that perspective. But we've got two cars then who haven't stopped yet. And what's happened?
So just found out from Lucas Salat that Mont's controller switched off, and that's why he hit the wall.
Ah, that would explain quite a lot.
Thank you, Lucas.
Hence why he went straight on into the wall, because where you're supposed to be turning left. Yeah. So safety car's in this lap. Sorry, I was saying the same thing at the same time. But Finn and Apex haven't stopped yet, and they're going to be a bit of a cork in the bottle on this restart here. And that's what's going to make it might be Perondi's best opportunity to get past Leopard through this amount of traffic, because in a head-to-head one-on-one battle, Leopard might be very difficult to beat.
Yeah. Well, let's see then. Safety car coming in this lap. I'll do that message in a minute. Finn just starting to back the field up a little bit. Not too much at the moment. Just getting the entire field ready to pounce, ready to go. And goes now. Finn goes late. Leopard gets on the back of Apex. Then it crashes into the back of Apex at the 5 chicane. And we go green here. Again. Good exit there from Apex, who pulls to the inside. Sorry, pulls to the outside of Finn. Finn and Apex side by side for the race lead. I think I've ever said that. Great exit from Leopard. Clears Apex. And now we'll make a move. Pironi and Apex side by side of Rouge. Oh dear Christ. Apex backs out. Ben goes defensive. And now big run for Pironi. Big run for the Alfa Romeo. Switching on board with the Alfa Romeo with a big run. Can he go down the inside of Leopard as well? Not quite. Sits behind the Red Bull. In my opinion, I would have sent it there, but decides not to. Ben gets overwhelmed. Apex is 4 behind Melanie now. Melanie can't afford to lose these top 2. He's got a clear Finn. Will he go down the inside of the Ravage? No, he does not. He's full stay behind. Big lock up from Flying Finn. Mono's got past Joseph Svenge. Boris has now got past Apex as well.
He does indeed. 5th place for Boris, and he is losing the DRS now of those 2 in front is Melanie. That gap is increasing all the while, and he needed to get down the inside there into that long hairpin there, the right-hander downhill. He needed to get it there, but he didn't make the move. He wasn't forceful enough, and now he's lost the DRS of the front 2. It looks like he's going to be Leopard versus Pironi for the race win for the rest of this race, quite possibly, and everybody else is going to be fighting over minor places here. And speaking of everybody else, they're all caught up behind Apex, as well as 2 drivers caught behind the Flying Finn now as they go into the final chicane.
Big run to the outside goes Melanie. Trying to get around the outside of chicane. He should get this done here. Bin gets caught by the curb. Bin half spins on the curb. A good exit from Boris here. Should potentially get him through. Through goes the Williams. Past Flying Finn. Does Finn send it to the God? No, he does not. Behind him, side by side, goes the Williams of the Williams of Sims, who's on the hard tyres, interestingly. Sorry, it's Aiden on the hard, Sims on the mediums. Aiden wants to get through very, very quickly here. Sorry, Sims. God's sake.
Whoa, oh, Apex is on a huge slide, and Aiden's going to get through. Sims likewise, as they all get through now. A big crash as well at Rouge. Trended off the road down there.
I saw him and Amazed drop places.
Yeah.
So I think they've come together. Amazed has no visible damage. So it could be that Brad's lost it. Amazed has to take avoiding action to... Otherwise, we would have had a very, very expensive car park.
Yeah, well, we already did, and didn't need any more cars involved. So there you go. Top 2 running away with it at the moment. Maloney and Boris are the next 2, kind of all on their own, and then Aiden and Sims are the next 2 that have also stopped in this race. Interestingly, Aiden on those hard tyres, as you mentioned. We'll see how those tyres develop to those compared to those around him. Throughout this race, but he doesn't look quite as pacey as Sims, who is right behind him at the moment, and they're kind of being slowed down by the Flying Finn. And also Apex is slowing down Mont and Matt ever so slightly as well, so all kinds of battles going on the circuit at the moment.
Mont with a big run on Apex. Does he go remove by the outside? He's holding the overtake. Apex doesn't really defend it. Yes, he does. And through goes Mont up into P8. Good exit here from Apex, though. Might see him potentially able to look back down the inside of the hairpin. I doubt it, but it's always an option. My camera seems to be defaulting to Melody for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that, but hey-o.
Well, they could be under a bit of pressure here, actually, with the DRS that's just been enabled. Boris is looking very close to the back of the Mercedes. He's using the overtake, but he puts it back. He turns it off again, making sure that he can't get through just yet. He's closing, but not quite. Sims under a bit of pressure as well, but he stays in 6th, and it's all going on in this battle behind between Mont, Apex, and Matt.
Yeah, seems to it's getting very, very close there. Apex seems not really holding people up. Big move from Matt 212 down the inside. Massive lockup. Gets his nose in. He's there. He's still there. He bangs wheels. Gives Apex a whack, but he's through. up into P9.
He is indeed, and Apex is watching now, trying to push Apex out of the points, but look at the understeer that Amazed has got through there because of the dirty air, following the wake of the cars, the two cars in front. Matt through then, and should be away now. Apex should be getting overtaken shortly by Amazed as well, so a couple of guys also getting some penalties. They're going to be a talking point throughout the remainder of this race because there are a lot of places where you can pick them up.
Maybe a lot of places you can pick them up, but there shouldn't be that much of a problem, I don't think. At least from prior experience with LCR, not many drivers tend to pick up penalties. The race lead, however, can be very susceptible to them. Seen quite a few times, Leopard lost the race win back at Canada, based surely on the fact that he had more penalties than Mulder. His teammate, unfortunately, isn't here today. Of course, as previously mentioned, happy birthday to Mulder. As now, Boris is preparing to get Melanie up Eau Rouge. I don't think any progressions are going to be made from Perondi, simply due to the fact he just doesn't have the ERS to really go for it. Boris, however, has a little squirt, doesn't decide to go for the full thing, goes to the inside, and Boris is through. Past Melanie, up into P3. Good move there from the Williams. Just behind him, Sims has finally got past Finn. He's done 8 laps on those soft tyres. They're going to be feeling it. Now,
yes. They're going to be very old at this point, and he's starting to lose a bit of ground. There's a whole load of cars queuing up now to try and get through on him. Aiden, Mont, Matt, and Mace is going to be there shortly as well. So Finn is going to be looking in his mirrors for quite a long time in these next few laps, unless he comes into the pit lane at the end of this lap. You'd have to say he's got to soon, having done 9 laps on those softs already. Surely he's going to be pitting sooner rather than later.
yeah, certainly so.
Oh,
Really
he's
don't want
gone
to be running much long. Oh!
into the wall,
Well,
and he spun around again, so he's way down the order now, and that's why you don't take the soft tyres nearly 10 laps in this race.
especially not with the safety car.
Yep.
And I've got a feeling what their thinking was just, you know, go, just see if we can run it out. If we get a safety car, then anything can happen. But unfortunately, not for him. As now battle of 6th place, Mont and Aiden side by side, and I'm not daft in saying this, but it's getting very cloudy.
It is getting cloudy. I wasn't expecting that quite. Maybe the Ardennes weather has rolled in on us here, and we might get a bit of a sprinkling of rain towards the end of this race because we're only halfway through, and it's getting progressively more cloudy as Aiden and Mont continue to battle. Aiden doing a bit of help for his AlphaTauri teammate. Matt 2-on-2 is right in behind and got a run on both of them now.
This reminds me of what happened back in Season 3. A big run, big squeeze, 3 wide on his way down into the cob. Who gets it from? We can't go to regular camera angle. It's Mont. Mont P6, Matt P7, Aiden P8. Great driving there by all 3.
Yeah, that was really well done to make sure that nobody was ending up in a huge accident, and it would have been a huge accident if any of them had made even the slightest bit of contact at that point. Going 200 miles an hour 3 wide is not something for the unbrave, and they were very brave in doing so. Mont able to getting that position. Matt actually could have been a little bit more aggressive there and forced the issue, but he decided to stick behind for now. He knows that he's got those mediums in the bag. He's got them on at the moment, and he might be able to outpace Mont in this race now because he's got the hards on, has the Renault just in front of him.
Yeah, certainly so. We'll see out. Mazed is on the charge. Let's see. Perondi is still on the back of Leopard. At the moment, I think both of these guys just trying to save some ERS at the moment. Actually, I wonder if Finn's plan was to try and hold out on those soft tyres with the potential of there being rain.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's thinking, as Amazed gets past Aiden. Down at Lecombe.
The source at turn 1. Lecomb's at the top of the hill.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing basically. Aiden really closing in on him though, and they're both closing pretty quickly on Matt. And he's in a lot of trouble as the AlphaTauri here. Defends to the inside line. Here comes Aiden. He's going to go 3 wide down the middle. There he goes right to the inside. Can he get past Amazed? like Matt and Aiden both lose a position on the same lap, too amazed. And yeah, that was not the... Oh, and Aiden's had a big axle as well.
Yeah.
Somehow, he's got away without damage, and I've no idea how. Or has he?
No, yeah, he is completely alright. Just a few scrub tyres.
Apex and Dean, meanwhile, are battling pretty hard as well as they come through Puon.
Apex is in 6th gear for a Puon. That's quite surprising, actually. Not really known to be a 6th gear corner. It's Puon, but that's a C getting very close as Dean. Getting very loose, to be fair, is also Dean. Matt picks up a time penalty. That, as we said previously, it is quite easy to get penalties around here. As both...
That's the second one at least I've seen.
Yeah. Look at both ERS of Perondi and Leopard. Well, tell me I'm not wrong in saying they're both really low.
I think most people are actually. Well, I'll say that. Not quite, but Leopard's at about 10% lower than Perondi is, that's for sure. But they are quite low, especially when they get to the top of the hill at Lecombe here. It's going to seem like they're very, very low indeed. So, yeah, looks like Perondi's just too far back at the moment to be making moves, and he probably doesn't want to either, actually. He just wants to wait for the final lap, really, unless there is going to be some rain.
That's the thing. If there is rain, that will completely change the ERS situation. You save a lot of ERS in the rain.
I'd want to be in front when the rain came, if there is going to be rain. We were informed that there was not going to be, but looking at these clouds, it's saying otherwise at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the things it's worth pointing out to viewers. We do get told the weather beforehand. We got exact message from LCR Apex saying dry and dry. At the moment, it's not looking like it's going to be dry.
No.
But, could be wrong.
Well, yeah, we've been wrong before about these weather things, so it could easily happen again today. But hopefully not. It would be nice to see a little bit of rain sprinkle things up here today. Just change up the order ever so slightly, make things a little bit more complicated, especially for the front two, who look pretty set to not fight for another 10 laps until they get to the final one.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. Perondi's got to stay in the DRS of Leopard. Leopard's actually used a tiny bit of his DRS to try to squeeze a little bit out of Perondi there, just to see if he could maybe break the DRS to the pad user. But what we have here is £500 Fanatec versus 50 quid controller. That's expensive for a controller. Have you not bought a controller from Margos? They are ridiculous.
No, I've got the one from day one. I'll have you know.
What?
Because I don't break it.
I've got 3 controllers this year.
I know, but you're more aggressive than me.
That's because I actually use mine.
Yes.
Big look up for Perondi here as he's still charging after Leopard. He's really interested here, Perondi. I think he could probably have Leopard. I'm going to say this now, anytime he wants, but I just don't think it's worth it. You make a move this early on, you risk what you don't want is them just going, yeet, straight right by you. Let's have a look at the warnings of these two. As my stomach decides to have a bit of heartburn. Leopard has... My stomach's really programmed for heartburn, remember? Leopard has a warning, and Perondi has 2 of them. Now, was a Perondi warning for a collision? Nope, it was exceeding track limits. Both drivers were exceeding track limits, so Perondi is on the legitimate 2 warnings, Leopard is on the legitimate 1.
That does change things, actually. Perondi's got to be careful out there, whereas Leopard can afford to just be a little bit more liberal with the way he's driving. Perondi's going to have that in the back of his mind, though. So yeah, that will change things as Aiden picks up one himself. I've not seen many people who haven't got one at this point. And those who have been... Oh, as Aiden himself has actually gone for a big spin out of the poor Fred curve. He's just getting going again. That's the second spin I've seen him have in the last few moments, and this one has given him damage.
A certain Italian be very proud of 2 spins in one race. The good old spinala, as the Italians call it. He's nearly gone for a 3rd. Oh, he's at the pit wall! Oh, I have not seen somebody do that for years. Aiden hits the pit wall and may have to do the entire lap now without a front wing.
Oh! That was very close to an accident with Amazed and Mont there. They just got a little bit confused, really, as they went through that kink, but Amazed is through pretty easily. He's showing some great pace, actually. He has won this race before, as I mentioned, lap record holder, and showing that he's got some great pace, tearing his way through the field at the moment. He could even get a top 5.
Potentially so. See how things go then. Maze is, as you were saying, yeah, Maze could definitely potentially challenge Sims, take points away from Sims' course in the championship battle. I'm going to quickly actually have do a tiny bit of maths and see how the championship currently looks.
Yeah, so Perondi will be gaining points on his main rivals like Sims and Maloney, but not and Amazed by quite comfortable margins actually, but he would be losing 7 to Leopard at that point, moving Leopard to 39 points behind him, with still 7 rounds to go after this one. The Italian Grand Prix comes up next week. Then we've got Russia, USA, Mexico, Abu Dhabi, Japan, and then Brazil to end it off. That is going to be a great finale, and I think there's still going to be a lot of high-class names right involved in this championship fight when we get there.
Yeah, certainly so. Just working this out then. So Sims is going to go on to 109. Perondi on to 132. So already there, that's Perondi now with a race win margin over Sims, which is big. Well, near enough. It's
nearly a race win.
Basically a race win.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Definitely.
Melanie as well. Melanie will go up to exactly 100 points, which will put him a race win behind Perondi.
Yep.
Well, he already was anyway, but put him more points, more behind him.
Yeah.
But Leopard, crucially, will move on to... Don't check me if I'm wrong, but he'll go on to 93, I believe?
Yeah, I think so. That's a big jump. But obviously you get a lot for a race win, so they... Oh, I've seen rain! Yeah. I've seen rain on the screen! I have seen rain, and that is changing everything. That makes it even more confusing as to why Perondi didn't try and overtake Leopard earlier on. I would want to come into this wet period in the lead, but clearly Perondi's decided that waiting for the end of the race to overtake is a much better idea.
Finally! I'm really honest, people. I've been doing this maths because things have got a bit quiet, so I decided to do the maths just quickly. But now with it raining and already drivers starting to lock up, you can see it exactly from this Alfa Romeo point of view. It looks absolutely brilliant out here in the rain. It always has done, frankly. And we are ready for what could be a very, very interesting closing few laps. As Mont is still clicking on yellow flag in the first sector. Don't tell me Aiden's missed it. Aiden's already on intermediates.
Yeah, he's already gone there. He was making the front wing change anyway, so he decided to make it intermediates. Matt has gone into the pit lane. Is this for Inters? Well, his teammate has just demonstrated that it's too early, so this would be a strange call if he did so.
Well, there is a virtual safety car out there. I think Matt might have picked up some damage. He's got a wing change, maybe?
Yep.
No, it is just a straight-up pit stop.
Well, that's a weird one. With the rain coming down, why would you do that? Aiden crashed it.
Aiden retires. Oh, he's put that in the wall.
Oh.
And he has. He's got no tyres. if you watch a car driving by, just watching from Sims' onboard, you can just see his car has no tyres on.
Well, he's got no rear tyres, actually. He has front tyres, but no rear ones.
Great.
Well, that's a strange sight.
I've got a text saying my Amazon delivery's out. My Amazon's out for delivery. Good. That's good. So, probably that's HDMI cables. I had to buy HDMI cables from Amazon. Perondi 1.3 behind. He's getting there. The Leopard. The track, though, it might just be my visual, but it isn't exactly wetting.
No. It's not really. There's no spray being kicked up. Yeah.
Nope.
So, yeah, we're still in this very early phase of rain. And clearly Matt doesn't think it's going to get wet enough at all for intermediate tyres. because he's gone onto the softs, and that's a bold call. But there you go, he's gone for it anyway. So yeah, we'll see what happens. This is a classic Spa situation, though. We often see this. I've seen this a few times now in Spa. I don't know what it is about this circuit, but it does seem to happen that the rain sprinkles out and the inters and the softs get to a point where they're exactly matching each other on pace, and then for the final lap or two, the inters come into their own and they really start to become faster. So those who've actually pitted and gone for an early one actually come back right at the end of the race, and they end up lapping the final lap of the race about 10-15 seconds quicker than those who were on dries. So we could see a very similar situation develop here today if anybody decides that now is the time to go for intermediates, but I don't think anybody is going to, because it's just too early.
I had something similar to this myself. I was actually racing in this race. It was ironically my own league, and it decided, oh yeah, similar situation to this, where rain started coming down, and someone binned it because his tyres too cold on Point Rouge, and the safety car came out. Everybody pitted for intermediates, and I got a podium. So we could potentially see that because I came in as the safety car came out. So it was one of those things where big jump because of that. But one thing though, these drivers have to cope with is that this track will get wetter, but as you say, the last 3 laps, the intermediates are going to be the faster tyres. So do you come in? That's your conundrum. Are you going to get the time back now? It's a short pit lane here. It's about an 18-second loss, roughly. Is it worth it? In my opinion, yes. You're going to be lapping with such a long track, and you're going to be lapping about 5, 6, 7, 12 seconds faster. Yeah, you'll overtake them. But we'll have to see. We've seen it again. Another situation like this was LCR Mexico last year, when Boris stayed out and Dralex was out on the slicks, and Dralex won the race. Just by the simple fact Boris didn't catch him quick enough because the pit lane was too long.
Yeah. So we're about to see a similar situation, I think, because this rain is getting worse, or at least it is getting wetter out there as Matt sets the fastest lap of the race. He's probably got to stick with it now and go for the drives throughout the whole of this race if he's going to get anything out of it as they come down into Le Combe now. Maysden Mont, the closest battle on the circuit, and the hards now beginning to come into their own. The mediums going off ever so slightly, and the hards now coming to the fore a little bit.
That don't surprise me, to be honest. That is a bit like that. All up the curve goes Leopard. Stay with Perondi. So apparently, just really made him. The reason he retired, he came into the pit lane without a front wing, and the game didn't repair his front wing.
Oh, well, that'll be why he was off as well. Eau Rouge, I think it was. I thought it was just going to be a tyre issue, actually, but no. I thought it was a tyre issue and he'd lost front wing again, but no. Apparently not. So I don't know what that's all about.
I don't think I've ever seen the game refuse to change a front wing.
Yeah, when it's clearly not.
Now it's
team like, oh, it's fine, just get on with it.
Yeah. So 4 laps to go then. LCR Apex with a free-thing tyre penalty. Leaders are okay. They just have to just cheer out now Leopard and Perondi. Leopard has broken their ass pretty comfortably to the Brazilian and seems to just be in a steady pace. No spray at the moment still. So I think we can safely say drivers are going to be sticky with the slicks at the end of the race. Just simply due to the fact this rain isn't coming down hard enough.
Oh, Dean's gone into the pit lane, but he's put on soft for some reason unknown to me. So how are these mediums doing? Because they were put on quite a long time ago now, and they're doing a stint longer than we're normally used to seeing them. So there could be punctures in the end here. There could be some very slow drivers going out there if those tyres do indeed go off. But the rain is really starting to come down now. It's getting wetter and wetter, and we're seeing this situation happen again. The intermediates might be the tyre in a short while.
Ewan, we can both say we're not experts. Well, according to the community we are, but we're no experts. But I'm going to untake the screen off for a second and let the viewers look at the tyres. Tell me the front... Oh, shoot, it's just kicked me from the session. So, Leopard entering into the final corner. Now, I don't believe this is the final lap of the race. I believe this is the penultimate last lap of the race. It is indeed. Thank God for that. So, Leopard crossed the line. Prodigy second. Boris in third. Melody fourth at the moment. It's just running back through for the, basically for the recording. Sims in P5. Amazing sixth. Amazing actually defending from Mont in P7. And there's made contact. Mont and Amaze made contact in P6 and P7. Going at it. Mont with the Deros on the straight. Side by side into the corner. Amaze smartly drops behind. And now, going up Eau Rouge. Perondi's off. Perondi's gone off at the top of the hill. Oh, he's got a problem. No, Perondi's got a puncher.
Oh!
Perondi on my screen, I think, has got a puncher. I can't tell.
Wow. That's big championship implications. That is huge. Wow.
Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on everybody else. Because that is definitely a puncher for Perondi. It's a rear puncher, I think.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Amaze goes through. Amaze actually hits him because he had Mont on his inside. Amaze and Mont side by side. These guys' tyres must be pretty much spent. Big contact. Amaze almost puts Mont to the wall. This has big championship implications as well because Amaze is in that title battle. And it is getting very, very interesting on the last lap. I'm watching Leopard on the minimap to see where he is, how close he is getting to the end. Nearly contact again between Mont and Amazed. Leopard ran in Blanchimont into the bus stop chicane. I think he survived puncher free. Into the final chicane comes LCR Leopard. Very good race there for him. It's 3 on the bounce for Leopard. And it's another Belgian Grand Prix win. Boris Slaubox is going to cross the line in P2. I believe unless he got a penalty at some point. No, he did not. Boris P2. Melody gets another podium. Sims is going to cross the line in P4. And Amaze and Mont still side by side. Oh, they're going to see a Darlington. Oh, he put him in the wall. Mont put him in the wall. Oh, Darlington 2003, your heart out. Mont smacks Amaze into the barrier to take P5.